When you first enter the park, you'll have the visitor center on the right with the parking behind the building, along with the small lot here to the left. Here's where some of the hiking only trails begin. It's pretty wet out today, but the website and the sign out front say that the mountain biking trails are open, so I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity. I enjoy riding in wet conditions, so today should be fun. This is the road that you'll see here that I'm riding on. On the left side is for hiking and biking. It's not for vehicles. That'll be the right side of the road, and it's one-way traffic throughout the park if you're in your vehicle. Right now with COVID-19, Enterprise South Nature Park is acting as a vaccination site, and you'll see that the large parking lot up ahead where most people park for mountain bike trails is mostly blocked off for where they will have a drive-through vaccination process. The mountain bike trails here are cross-country style and are all directional, which have signs to tell you which direction to go as you enter the trail. This is a nice feature because the park tends to get very crowded when it's especially on nice conditions. But when everyone is traveling in one direction, you hardly notice how busy the trails are. Today I'm riding the Black Forest, which is the easiest loop, and TNT. So each loop, as I mentioned, is actually divided, and you'll see that by a paved road as you finish up a certain leg of that trail. Once you get to the road, you just continue on to the next leg of the next loop, or you can take a turn onto the road and enter back into that loop. Another parking location is Lot 6, which is where you can access the intermediate trail called Atlas. There are a total of 4 loops for mountain bikers here at Enterprise, and now we are on TNT loop. If you ride multiple loops, you will not complete each loop individually. You will ride a portion of it leading into the next trail and the next loop after that. TNT is one of my favorite trails here, and I prefer the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday route. Today I'm going the opposite direction, but it's still enjoyable. It's so wet out today, I love it. I'm sure there'll be many people out there who get mad at me for being out here saying that I'm tearing up the trails, and I would stop often and check the trails here and there, and I would never notice any damage. These trails do so well. One thing to remember, if you do ride trails that have standing water on them, do not try to ride around it. You want to ride directly through the center of the trail, right where the puddle is. When you attempt to ride around the water, that is when you can get damage to the trail, causing the trail to erode and actually widen, which usually makes the puddle even larger, and it's harder to clear out and create drainage around those situations. So that's what makes it really tough, is when people constantly try to ride around puddles versus just riding straight through them. You can always try to lift up that front wheel so only one tire is actually tracking through the puddle, reducing the amount of bike that's passing through it. Oh yeah, I'm so muddy right now. My legs are actually getting pretty cold just from all the water. Pants are soaking up. It'd be nice to have a fender on these, on my tires. And besides, half the joy of mountain biking is riding in the mud in wet conditions. It's a completely different experience, and it's good. It helps actually build your skills for when the conditions are actually good. And since the Enterprise nature park actually stated that the trails were open themselves, I was going to ride the trails since they stated that they were open. All right, starting the second half of TNT, which loops back to Black Forest. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to skip out on the vlog rhythm and Atlas preview for you guys. So TNT is about 4.5 miles in distance, and the Black Forest Trail is about 3.6 miles. If you do decide to ride all 4 loops, which is Black Forest, TNT, Log Rhythm, and Atlas, you will ride about 16.3 miles. So we're back at the top of the peak, finishing up TNT. This is just a quick little downhill flow. I don't even call it downhill. A little bit of flow, getting back to the intersection of TNT and Black Forest. It's so slow and boggy. Finishing up TNT, heading into Black Forest. And sometime last year they built this little playground area for bikers. There's some skinnies of various styles and size. There's like a stair set they made out of tie rods, railroad ties. Got like a little slalom area you can work around. Looks like they might start building something else over here too. The trail workers have over time built and resurfaced a lot of the Black Forest Trail, giving it some really good flow as you work your way around the trail. It's actually pretty fun when it's nice and dry out because you can pump those corners and rollers and really build a lot of speed on the trail. When you complete all the loops, you obviously end up back at where you entered to take the road back to the front entrance of the park where I parked. This is a very friendly space with many miles designated for hiking, biking, and even horseback riding. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're into cross-country riding, Enterprise South Nature Park is the spot for you. If you like this video, be sure to check out a few of my others. I've created multiple playlists to make it easier for you to find a topic you prefer or a specific trail system you want to check out in the Chattanooga area. Thanks for watching.